We're mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio. It's the IE's home for sports. KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, right here live on Fox Sports Radio AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're also streaming on FoxSports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app. An exciting time in sports. Some things, we're getting word that some sports may be coming back. I think UFC was able to get their first event. It's going to happen. I don't know the exact date. I know one of the fighters actually tested positive from COVID, so he was taken off of the ticket.
Well, it was not only the fighter, it was the fighter and his cornerman as well. So that was a big thing right there, because obviously you don't want anybody to. Right now, that's a very, very touchy thing. I mean, right. the last thing you want is a fighter and the corner to be exposing people. So, it's still crazy that it's fighting that's happening like that. But like Dana White said in a recent interview, he said, hey, we wanted to be the first ones. So, he got his wish.
And one of the good things fighting, if you think of all the sports that would do well on TV, it'd be fighting, because a lot of the money, the draw is pay-per-view.
No question.
So, yes, they make money off the gate and the ticket sales, but the majority of the money for a fight comes off of those pay-per-view things. Now, one of the sports they say that may hurt the most is baseball. Yeah. Because a lot of their money comes from actual ticket sales. So.
Yeah, well, with the ticket sales and the TV deals. Well, that's why they have so many games. Because of the TV deal. So right now, the thought process is they're going to be shortening the season in some form or other. So there's a lot to do about that. Me personally, I think the season should be shortened. I mean, 170-something games is just like, it's ridiculous.
I thought it was 162, but I mean,
but still,
that's a lot of games.
Anything north of 100 games, is like, come on, man. What
but it's America's pastime. It's one of the favorite sports in America that people really like. And the game that I like best is opening day. Hopefully, I'm excited. I finally made the switch. I finally made the change after, I think, 8 or 9 years. I've even though they now you now can watch them anywhere, but I made the switch to Spectrum. Because I wanted to see the Dodgers this year.
You went ahead and did that, huh?
I had to go ahead and do Spectrum. My AT&T just isn't fast enough.
There's a song called "Make That Move" right now.
There you go.
You made that move.
Absolutely.
Well, without further ado, Coach B, what we do here, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. Looks like we have a caller on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Hotline. Caller, please introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
Hi, this is Garner Holt speaking.
Hey, there he is, sir. Thank you so much for taking out the time to call in this morning. We know you're a busy man.
It's early,
and it's early.
Hopefully, you had your coffee.
Right. saw you on TV, and that's kind of how we got connected with you. Had no idea that we had such a celebrity right here around the corner. Talk to us about that interview you did on Fox and how it went for you.
Oh, it went real good. It was a great interview. It talked a little bit about our challenge, or my challenge out to my my vendors and some of my clients, that type of thing, to try to help with some of the businesses that are struggling out there right now.
Right. And now that's something that you have been doing, very gracious gentleman. How did you actually, well, let's take a step back here, because again, you founded the company in July of 1977 in your hometown of San Bernardino. But just kind of talk to us about the inspiration behind developing such a great company.
Well, I was just a teenager then. It was 43 years ago or so, and I basically most of my family was in the horse business with racehorses and a rodeo and that type of thing. And I guess I was supposed to have been somebody in the horse business, either I think a veterinarian my parents wanted me to be, or something of that nature. And And they made the fatal mistake of taking me to Disneyland one time, and I was probably about 13 years old, and I told them really on the way home from there that that's what I wanted to do the rest of my life. I wanted to build the things that I saw at Disneyland. And so I started in the garage on a card table, and it started growing from that point, and I started tinkering and doing little small displays for people, and 43 years later, we're the largest company in the world that builds animatronics for the rides at the Disney parks, Universals, and everything else. Chuck E. Cheese, we did all the Chuck E. Cheese shows and everything, so we've done a lot of animation in the world.
Wow,
it's been a long time.
That's great.
And that's amazing. Garner Holt Productions is what we're talking about. And then just tell
Correct.
me about this. When you think about it, I had wild dreams as a teenager, and it actually worked for you. It hit, and it was very successful. Now that you, like you said, you 40 plus years later, did you ever expect the level of success that you have now? I mean, you did. It's just the who's who of lists of
The
people you
magnitude
work
of what
with.
you done. Yeah, crazy.
No, I figured I'd maybe get to the point where I was building some of the things that I liked, the animated characters and birds and things, but I never dreamed of being, we worked in 34 different countries, and we worked on some of the largest animated projects in the world, and a lot for Disney and others, and I never had a clue that we'd ever be like this, and I'd have all these wonderful employees and staff that are working on these things in a facility and everything. It never crossed my mind back then, when I was a kid.
Absolutely. And when we look at it, we talk about the who's who of business. You work with NASA, Disneyland, Nike, Coca-Cola. And like you said, you talked about some of your local vendors. And one of the things when I saw your story, because we have to stay at shelter at home orders, and I was at home and I was watching the news, and I saw your story, and I was so inspired by you because you've adopted businesses and you've helped keep, and not only businesses, a local business, Inland Empire businesses. You've helped to keep those businesses alive. Like you talked about the bakery that you went to as a child with your grandmother. Talk about how did you select the companies? What made you want to get involved? It's so great to see someone successful get involved.
Well, we put in for the PPP thing that, to help businesses from the government, and, we were fortunate to get some assistance, and it was great, because, business is slowed a bit, and the moment we got it, I started to look into, I started to hear things. I mean, actually the next day I saw an article that said that most businesses didn't get it, and it ran out within 10 minutes of when it opened, and so I started to kind of ask various businesses that I'd go into, little shops or donut shop here, little places, and I'd usually ask the owners. I'd say, hey, how are you doing? You gonna make it through this and that type of thing, and a lot of them would get tears in their eyes and say, I don't think so. If this goes on for more than another month or so, and I just I started to feel guilty. I thought, wow, we're a successful business, and and we've got some help, but these people are not going to get any help. And so I started to talk to some of my people at the shop, and I said, hey, we gotta do something. We gotta try this. So. The moment I did that, a lot of people at my shop chimed in and said, hey, I know a business over here that's not going to make it, a hairdresser. And then somebody said, well, I know a bookstore that's not going to make it. And, I thought of the bakery that I used to go to, and I sent somebody down to the bakery to check with them. And they said, no, we're not, we're going to be closed. We're not going to be able to pull this off, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We got to do something. So, and I knew there was only so much I could do, so I thought to myself, hey, put out a thing on YouTube, which I did, that said, here's Garner's challenge to, vendors and others, and we've got just a ton of people that have helped, and, people all over, even across the country, that have seen that CBS interview and all of that. So I feel real good about that. Not so much what we did, but just the idea of getting everybody jazzed about it and getting them all involved,
Right, and that's one thing that we like. And when I looked at your story, I received your bio, and I thank you to your assistant Dixie. She was amazing. But supporting the local community, and I want to make sure I bring this to light. It's not new to you. Eternal and I here at Fox Sports 1350, we've gotten involved in the community as well. We give away a scholarship, and we've helped kids as well. We don't do it to the level that you are, but you've made a donation to organizations like the San Bernardino County Children's Hospital Acute Wing. Why is it so important? Because like I said, I want to make sure that people know this is not just a flash in the pan for you. This is something that you have done for some time. But why is it so important to you to give back to the greater community?
I guess I'm just the type of person, I guess, that I feel like I like to entertain people, and that's why I like the things that we do at the parks and that. But at the same time, I just like to see people smile. I like to see people enjoy the things that we make, and it's not just at an amusement park. If we can help kids get through a tough time, that's why the Acute Center for working with children there at the hospital, we just happened to take a tour of it one time, and it was a dreary place, and there was nothing there to make anybody smile. And they had a room with some fun things in it, but I thought, wow, we've got some animatronics that we have done that would be really good in here. So we just made a bunch of it and gave it to them. We just thought it would help. And so we just like to try to contribute to things like that where possible, where I can afford to.
Indeed. And again, one of the great things that you started, in addition to all the great things that you guys do over there, and again, you just are great with the inspiration that you give to others. But talk about this. You being in San Bernardino, you also created Garner Holt Education. Talk to us about that and what that's actually doing here locally.
Well, that's kind of a cool thing that we're doing. I'm really excited about that because we have a business called Education Through Imagination, and what we're doing is we're working with schools. With having an animatronics company, it's kind of like a toy factory. It's kind of like, I think kids are. It's kind of like going to the Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Right.
People walk through,
right,
and they get a real kick out of what we do. And I started giving tours to kids, Cub Scouts and Girl Scouts, you name it. I started doing that 25, 30 years ago,
nice.
And everybody'd come out with a smile on their face, and every single person would tell me that they wanted to work there someday. So we thought, well, how can we get more and more of this? And so we have a program where we have, before this thing started with the virus, we had over 150 kids a day.
Wow.
Touring the shop facility and learning about animatronics, learning about technical things and all that. We're working with schools throughout the community to have programs to where they can build little things and learn about animatronics and that. And, it's something that I never dreamed that I would do, but it's probably one of the most important things to me. We got to keep building stuff for the parks to keep the lights on, but the education thing is probably the most valuable thing that I've ever done.
Nice,
right?
Nice.
Absolutely. So we appreciate Garner L. Holt, founder and president of Garner Holt Productions. If someone is interested in getting involved in this type of work, if they want to learn more about you or they want to get involved with your education through inspiration, what's the website or a phone number that they can get involved and get more information about you and what you're doing in the community?
Well, the website is Garner Holt. It's GarnerHolt, all one word, .com, GarnerHolt.com. Also, look up Garner Holt on YouTube. There's a lot of things on YouTube that tell about the company, some tours. There's some animatronic, some high-tech animatronics on YouTube that show the capabilities that we have. So we're available on, look up Garner Holt Productions on Facebook. So we're really easily accessible right in Redlands, and, we'd be appreciative of anybody that's interested in helping with this challenge that we have out there. That's on YouTube as well. If you look up Garner Holt Challenge, that's on YouTube. You can see the whole little film that I did that got all this thing started,
Nice,
well, we appreciate you calling. I say as a father of three, I've been to Chuck E. Cheese many times. Thank you for all your work. We appreciate that. But
And again, keep up the great work, and we'll be in contact with you, okay, sir? And again, thank you for all that you're doing out there, and to you and all your company as well.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for the interest. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good day.
There it is.
And you think about that. He was his company it started in San Bernardino. Now he's in Redlands. He was the very first outside company to make animatronics for Disneyland. That is amazing. Animatronic figures.
Right.
So we'll take a commercial break. I think we had someone calling in.
Yeah, I know it's we have a lot of callers calling in right now. It's just one of those great days. But again, right there, thank you so much to Mr. Garner Holt right there. Just doing some really great things. It's great to see that happening here locally too, Coach B.
Absolutely. Thank you. You're listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports, AM 1350.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment. Youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment.
Fantastic.
Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle Score Sports. That's SCORESPORTS.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, post-operative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
One thing that I love is my daughter and I just had Daddy and Daughter Day, and we went to Stonefire Grill. And I'll tell you right now, I love the tri-tip, and you were saying that you loved what?
I'll take the potatoes.
Absolutely. Those are the absolute best. You know what that's got me thinking about?
I don't.
It's got me thinking about lunch.
Oh, wow.
Thinking about what to eat for dinner or lunch, you can't go wrong with a freshly prepared, simply delicious meal from Stonefire Grill. Bring home our fresh from scratch salad, pizza, pasta, signature tri-tip, oh my God, chicken, and more.
Visit your neighborhood Stonefire Grill in Rancho Cucamonga in the Terra Vista Town Center on the corner of Haven Avenue and Foothill Boulevard, or skip the line and order ahead. Go to stonefiregrill.com for easy pickup and delivery options.
I tell you this, when we did the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame for 2 years in a row, they fed all of our people. And you know where me and my daughter went this past weekend?
Where'd you go?
Stonefire Grill.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand-battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Since 1952, ThinkWise Credit Union has served education professionals and families in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. ThinkWise gives back to the community with financial education and support to local schools and organizations. Join us today to experience a safe and comfortable alternative to banking that gives back. ThinkWise Credit Union. You'll feel good about what we can accomplish together. Visit our website at thinkwisecu.org. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender, qualified members only.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock.
You're checking out Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. This IE Sportsnet protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're also streaming on FoxSports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app.
Coach B, I was looking, you know how I do it, man. Every now and then I'm on the social networks. I'm, surfing the web without a surfboard, just trying to find out what's going on. And who would have known that we have so much celebrity out here in the Inland Empire? And I stumbled across this young lady, and we were able to get her call. So, caller, are you on the Celebrity Boost Mobile Be Heard hotline right now?
Yes, I am.
All right, there she is. Please introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
Hi, my name is De'Ara Jackson. I'm 18, and I live in Fontana, California.
All right, Fontana. Well, Coach B is my partner. He's also a Fontana resident. Obviously, I'm from Riverside, but happy to have you on. You're doing some very, very special things, but you were recently featured in the LA Times for this great thing that you've done. Talk to us about how and why you were interviewed to the LA Times.
It started with me signing up for the Next Olympic Hopeful, and I won in the sport of rugby for season 3. And my college coach at Cal State Fullerton got a call wanting an interview, and they came out, were taking pictures and everything. And so she was just asking me how I felt during the sport, how I was staying in shape, and how I'm going in the process.
Right. Fantastic. And now this is a great thing, because when I read the article, it mentioned on there that you actually got started with this because obviously you matriculated, went from Rancho Cucamonga High School doing track and soccer, if I'm not mistaken. And then now you're
football.
Oh, hey, put some respect on your name. I like that. And then now you're over at Cal State Fullerton. But the way the article described it is that you clicked on an ad on Instagram, and this is how you got hooked up with this whole Olympic experience. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, scrolling through my Instagram timeline and read the Next Olympic Hopeful sign up here, and I was like, oh, okay, let me just click and sign up and see what happens. And I totally forgot about it, that I signed up, until I got an email like 2 months later. And I told my mom, and I was like, Mom, I got selected for something, but I don't know what it is. And I had to go back and Google what I actually had signed up for.
And now you're a part of rugby?
Yeah.
Now, I'll ask you this. I've seen the sport of rugby. Prior to this, had you ever seen or played the sport?
No, not before the day that I had went into the competition.
Okay, so you played football. So what are the similarities and what are the differences between the two sports?
The similarities, it would be just the tackling, and the differences, it's completely different. Because I thought it was the same at first.
Right, so did I.
We pass backwards. We have scrums. It's continuous play, so we don't stop each time the ball gets dropped, and there's different rules. We can kick in between each play and stuff like that.
Right. And then tell me about this. So when you got involved in that competition and you did so well, what was your feeling towards that when you got out there and you were successful? How'd you feel about that?
I was in shock. I didn't believe it. I was speechless. I didn't know that I would have made it that far and or have won.
That's good stuff.
Now talk about this, because like you said, you're a multi-sport athlete. How have you because again, obviously right now, with this pandemic going on, it's very, very difficult for athletes like yourself to train. How have you been keeping yourself in shape throughout the course of this pandemic?
Going on long runs, working out in my backyard, or doing in-home workout videos, stuff like that, just to stay in shape, because parks are closed around here.
Right. Well, congratulations, young lady. We're very, very proud of you. I mean, when I read the article, I was like, I did not know that we had such a celebrity right here locally. And again, you're just doing some really, really fantastic things at such a young age. I mean, I read the article, and when you were trying out, you were only 17. So you're just doing some amazing things, and obviously you have a great future ahead of yourself. So just keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Now, before we conclude our interview, do you want to give any shots out? Because I know there's a lot of folks that were excited about you're going to be on the radio today. So I don't want you to miss anybody's name or anything like that. So if you have any shout outs, now's the time to go ahead and get them out.
I want to thank my mom first and foremost for being there with me and, being my number one fan and supporter and always having my back in this whole process and supporting any crazy idea that I have.
Nice.
I want to thank Verba for, supporting me from long distance, even though you're out of state. I love you very much. And thank you for everyone who's listening.
There it is right there. Fantastic. Keep up the good work. We're really excited to have you on the air. And again, please make sure you stay in contact with us, okay?
Okay.
There it is right there. Thank you so much. You enjoy your weekend. Oh, yeah, and happy Mother's Day to your mother out there, too, as well.
Okay.
All right, you take care now.
You too.
There it is right there. Look, hey, Coach B, I told you. See, you think that you're the only celebrity in Fontana. And you got
no, Mayor Warren is.
Tell the truth, right? We were right here live, Coach B and he turned right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. And Coach B, actually, and this young lady is a alumni from Rancho Cucamonga High School,
right?
And you noticed that Rancho Cucamonga was actually in the news recently for what they did with their graduation. You see how they did their graduation ceremony?
Etowanda was in the news as well for their virtual graduation. And speaking of that, Brianna sent me the clip. The clip from Etowanda's virtual graduation, because my son graduated there.
Okay, Junior.
Brianna and Brandy made the actual news clip. So you can see them.
They're all up in the video.
You can see them taking pictures of BJ as the wife and the daughter. You can see them taking pictures of BJ as he's up taking his pictures. So you can see, it's so funny because it's just a quick clip of them taking pictures. You see them getting in position and everything. They were focused, and big ups to my son Brian Steve Aaron II. He graduates this year. It is what it is. But we also want to send our condolences. We are a sports talk show, but big news. Little Richard passed away. So we want to send our condolences to his family and Andre Harrell, the founder of Uptown Records, who had a guy that was there that was an intern. I think he did all right for himself. Sean Combs.
Yes,
I think he did okay.
That was obviously
Puffy, Diddy, Diddy.
Andre Harrell. Honestly,
take that. I don't know what his name was.
Take that. Yeah. Andre Harrell obviously is and that was shocking news for me. That's somebody that I've
only 59.
Yeah, 59 years old, and you're talking about an icon. In music, you look this gentleman up, and he's
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, he's been in all kind of stuff, and then Little Richard, bop bada woo bop wop bam boom.
Yeah,
you talking about celebrity right there. One of the guys, they kind of associate. Well, they don't kind of. They associate the inception of rock and roll with Chuck Berry and Little Richard.
Right.
So again, an icon, two icons that. Gone too soon, and obviously our thoughts and prayers are with the families of those two gentlemen right there. And like I said, this is a crazy time right now that we're dealing with. Coach B, you and I were talking about this off air, and this is a situation where even if it hasn't affected you directly, it's definitely, this affected everybody's monetarily,
right?
And so it's definitely affected people. So it's just a tough situation right now. One of those situations where you just want to be close and tight to your family.
And it's one of those things we think about it every day. The wife is a frontline worker,
right?
So she works at a hospital. She's a nurse, and we think about this every single day. She has a whole, and I think I've talked about this on the air. She has a whole routine when she comes home, how she sanitizes and does all that stuff. And the whole family knows. Don't mess with mom until she goes through her routine. She wants to, she does her sanitation. She does all that. She doesn't want to be bothered or touched until she gets through that. And then she goes right up to the shower, and I want to say thank you to all the frontline workers, everyone who's out there, of course, everyone in the healthcare field, the doctors, the nurses, the CNAs, the medical assistants, everyone. And also, just the people at your Walmarts, the people, that are working and food delivery and doing things like that.
Right.
Thank you to those people as well who are out there risking their lives so we can go to the grocery store and get food.
Yeah,
we can go to Walmart and get product.
Yeah, and I think that's one of those things. Like, we don't ever think about that. We talk about like the essential workers, the people that are out there just doing all this stuff. As you mentioned, they're on the front lines. Going to the grocery store now is like a field trip.
Yeah,
it's like, but again, all the workers in there, I always tell them, just thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you so much for your service. A lot of times their stuff goes, and the work that they do goes unrecognized. So we want to make sure that we go about that the right way, Coach B. So
absolutely, and the wife is excited because they're opening up the beaches. So, but I think the thing is, in Orange County, you have to continue moving. You can't sit there and congregate. I think you have to. It's only open during the week, I believe.
Yeah, and that's been the thing. So from what I hear, and if somebody knows more than this, you can always chime in and contact us at social media.
At IE Sports on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
the Book of Faces.
Even TikTok. We don't have any TikTok, but we have the TikTok.
But as you were mentioning, from what I understand, the goal for the beaches is just for you to enjoy the atmosphere, not to stop and do any of that. It's just for exercise, riding your bike, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So.
This is California. We are known for our beautiful beaches. So hopefully we can get past this soon. And there's positive news I know about research and medications and treatment. So hopefully we'll hear something soon. But we're going to take a commercial break.
We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we have. Let me tell you something, Coach B. Obviously, already we've had a great show already. We had Miss Diara Jackson. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. Call in again, an alumni from Rancho Cucamonga High School. Matriculated is now over at Cal State Fullerton and will be associated with the Olympics playing rugby 7. Really excited about that young lady. And then Coach B, who did we have calling in earlier today?
Garner Holt of Garner Holt Productions. I mean, this company, when you look at the things he's done, he's created all the 450 animatronic shows for Chuck E. Cheese, first outside company to work for Disneyland. Think about that. He's worked at Disneyland theme parks. He's worked at Universal Studios. His work can be found in 35 countries on 6 continents around the world.
Nice.
And he was started right here in San Bernardino. And, San Bernardino, you think about the impact that San Bernardino's had. There was a place, I think the Golden Arches, started in San Bernardino by 2 brothers.
San Bernardino?
Yes. I think McDonald's was their last name.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go ahead. And Baker started in San Bernardino.
Baker's right.
Let's not forget Baker's.
Let me tell you something. Them Bakers, them vegetarian Texas tacos.
I tell you, man, I double up on points all the time with Bakers. Whenever they say you get double, because now when you get rewards, so you get money back. I might have to hit Bakers on the way out of here. So let's go ahead and do this. Yes. You're listening to IE Sports that protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle Score Sports. That's SCORESPORTS.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, post-operative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
One thing that I love is my daughter and I just had Daddy and Daughter Day. And we went to Stonefire Grill. And I'll tell you right now, I love the tri-tip. And you were saying that you loved what?
I'll take the potatoes.
Absolutely. I mean, those are the absolute best. You know what that's got me thinking about?
I don't.
It's got me thinking about lunch.
Oh, wow.
Thinking about what to eat for dinner or lunch, you can't go wrong with a freshly prepared, simply delicious meal from Stonefire Grill. Bring home our fresh from scratch salads, pizza, pasta, signature tri-tip, oh my God, chicken and more.
Visit your neighborhood Stonefire Grill in Rancho Cucamonga in the Terra Vista Town Center on the corner of Haven Avenue and Foothill Boulevard, or skip the line and order ahead. Go to stonefiregrill.com for easy pickup and delivery options.
I tell you this, when we did the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame for 2 years in a row, they fed all of our people. And you know where me and my daughter went this past weekend?
Where'd you go?
Stonefire Grill.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand-battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Since 1952, ThinkWise Credit Union has served education professionals and families in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. ThinkWise gives back to the community with financial education and support to local schools and organizations. Join us today to experience a safe and comfortable alternative to banking that gives back. ThinkWise Credit Union. You'll feel good about what we can accomplish together. Visit our website at thinkwisecu.org. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender, qualified members only.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studio, the IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're streaming on FoxSports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app.
So, Coach B, you just mentioned that we got one of our faithful listeners.
We got two. Two frontline workers.
We got two frontline workers. We want to make sure that we give them a shout out. Obviously, we got a chance to shout out the wife, Miss Brandy.
Yes, Miss Coach B.
Miss Coach B was listening, and then we have Miss Yenny. Yenny.
Yeah, she was telling me about the beaches,
right?
And that's so important. I swear to you, you don't realize how important the beaches is are to women until they shut them down. I mean, I thought my wife was going to lose her mind.
And anything like when was the last time you been over there?
Right. But I mean, like I said, when I grew up, man, when I was a kid, when this guy actually lived in our house, he said he's my pops, but we used to go to Signal Hill. So I'm the guy that I actually like. I like going to the hills and the mountains and looking down on the city. It always fascinated me at night. Right. You see all the lights. So it's a place in Fontana called the Panoramics. It's up in the hills. Right. And they have a little park right before you get in the neighborhood, and you can sit down there and look at the city. And we used to go there when the kids were little. And I realized it's a lot of coyotes. Oh, see, we didn't have coyotes where I grew up,
man. And you already know about my story when I got chased by the coyotes. Let me tell you something. Everybody said they're talking about.
They said they used to mess with humans.
Man, let me tell you something. I thought that thing, and I thought the same thing. Because I've never, I've never heard about anybody having like a thing with coyotes. Yeah. And my first sight when I saw that thing coming after me, I thought it was a dog. Right. Because in the neighborhood, you always have a dog, some kind of dog that's loose chasing. Yes. So that was my initial thought. Right. Because that thing came after me, and let me tell you something. I went into a different mode. I went to, I was regular. Yeah. And then that thing came after me. I turned into Carl Lewis.
Well, you're a little dude, so.
But that was one of those days right there, man. And I thought he was like rabied up or something. I didn't know what was going on with that thing. But yeah, those coyotes are generally they don't roll by themselves either. So generally it's like a whole bunch of them. So
and then our faithful listener, she said, what did you say her name was?
Yenny?
There you go. She said that no, she needs Ross or Burlington open. So if you guys are following us on social media,
I know.
Make sure you check us out. Everything is at IE Sportsnet, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all that. So.
We have we're waiting. We have another caller that's going to be calling in, another interview coming up here in just a little bit, Coach B. But like I said, we were talking about all the great stuff that some of the people are doing right here. But like I said, Coach B, we have a caller calling in on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Be Heard hotline. Caller, are you there?
Hey, good morning. It's Coach Steinberg.
There he is, Coach.
This is the coach that won the Coach of the Year at the Riverside Sheriff's Coaches All-Star Game?
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
that would be him. That would be the gentleman right there. Coach, thank you so much for calling in. I know you're doing just some great stuff, all over the Inland Empire, primarily with the new school that you're at. But talk to us real quick, Coach Steinberg, about how it's going for you, man. I mean, how the family, is everybody safe? How's everybody doing?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Everybody's doing awesome. It's, I guess, a crummy situation that has given us an opportunity to do some good things. Like, I've never been at home for dinner so much. I've never been able to make so many dinners and get stuff done around the house and just hang out with the kids too. So it's been kind of a blessing in disguise.
Right. And Coach, honestly, man, you're one of the again, coaches are just special guys, but Coach, I'd have to say, I mean, the way that people talk about you, because normally when people are talking about you, it's in a bad vein, but people just really just gloat about the special things you do. And one of your former players, I got a chance to speak to him, and he just talked about how you were able just to communicate. Talk to us about, Coach, like how, what really got you into coaching, and is that connection that you have with your players?
Well, I think like a lot of players, when you get something out of the game, and early on you usually think it's the X's and O's and all that stuff that make you gravitate towards it. But one of the things as a player that I always loved is just connecting with teammates and hanging out in the locker room,
right,
and just the great memories. And then as you get older, you realize what an impact your coaches in the game had on you, and you work to give that stuff back over your career. So I just love, I love football, but I think that's the hook.
Right.
That's where we get those kids hooked. And then in the process, we get to teach them all those cool things about life, and that's the fun part.
And Coach, you said that you have now, you're at home a lot, and I am as well. I'm at stay-at-home orders. I love my wife. I enjoy her, but being stuck in the house with her for days on end, it's tough. But tell me a little bit about, because we've seen coaches doing innovative things where they're doing Zoom, and we've had a lot of coaches fortunately call us in during this time. What are you doing to connect with your players and stay in contact? I mean, you would have had your freshman football meetings and things like that, but what are you doing to stay in communication with your coaches and your players?
So Zoom's been a very good friend. We've had our coaches meetings on Zoom. We meet with our teams 3 days a week on Zoom, and it starts out with a presentation, 30-minute presentation, either from myself or we've had some incredible guest speakers for the team as well.
Nice.
And then after those 30 minutes, we do position breakout meetings, where then it's more X's and O's. So the first 30 minutes is lessons about life, I call it. Some good presentations, and then we go 45 minutes of position meetings, and then on top of that, the players every Sunday night, they get a Google form with some thought-provoking stuff, some things about grades, and their workout for the week.
Right.
Nice.
And have you had any challenges? Because where we're at, we're in the Fontana area, but there's some kids that commute into the school. And my son, who's a class of 2020, he said there's some kids who don't have access to Wi-Fi or things like. Have you had any challenges like that with any of your players?
Yeah, we do. We do have some kids that may not have a cell phone. Most of them either have a phone or a computer. But there are some kids without, let's be honest, not everybody has Wi-Fi access.
Right.
And, so we work around it, and we stay connected by making calls and texting those guys to stay in touch with them as well.
Right. And one question I wanted to ask you, Coach, is, as I said, my son's class of 2020, and you think about it. I graduated high school a long time ago, but you think about the things that we went through. You had prom, you had grad night, you had graduation. How has this impacted you and some of your players who just won't experience that?
Yeah. So one of the things that again, going back to football is football is kind of all about adversity. Like, you know, the week's a challenge. There's always going to be a challenge during the season, and things come up. And I really think that football is a great way to prepare you for the stuff that you're going to face a little later on in life. So when we reach out to those guys that are class of 2020, we tell them that this is just a chapter. This is just one chapter in your life. You're actually going on to bigger and better things. It's in the big scheme of things, it's a bump in the road. You've prepared for this. We're going to work through it, and it'll be something that you're gonna remember back. And yeah, you know what? But you have to have empathy. It is not fun having to miss grad and all those great senior activities that close out the year.
Right.
And then I think the other thing I was talking to a colleague the other day is that they don't get to experience is the end of the year things that put some stress in your life that you have to work through of getting your finals done and maybe some AP exams and all that stuff that you're going to have to, face probably your first year as a freshman in college, and you haven't had that experience closing out your senior year, so it's going to be a little more of a challenge next year having to go through it because they didn't get the chance this year.
And again, we're right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. Coach Steinberg, Beaumont High School. Now, Coach, you're obviously at a fairly, you're at a new position in terms of, because how long have you been at Beaumont? Is it 3 years or has it been 2 years?
2 years now.
2 years. And now, just talk to us about how that experience has been. How the faculty and how the community has embraced you. How has this last 2 years been for you?
Oh, great! Really great. We've actually lived in the community since 2007.
Okay,
I believe so. We know quite a few people, know a lot of the kids or their parents. But I think anytime you do switch schools, there's a formula. But at the same time, you can't just use a cookie cutter approach to treat every kid and every community the same. But I think just my ability to connect with people and especially kids has made it an easier transition. I've got a great staff.
Nice.
And so those things have been great. I'm super excited because we're going into the CBL, which is going to have some challenges early on, but the forecast looks good with just the way the growth at the school's happening and in the community.
And that's good. And you talk about the CBL. That's one of the oldest and most respected leagues in all of Southern California, not America. Or how familiar are you with the CBL, the competition? I know they just had a change and they shifted out, like schools like Miller shifted out. But how familiar are you with the coaches and what's going on in the CBL? Great league.
Well, when I was at A.B. Miller, we actually, my last year at Miller, we won league. So very familiar with the Redlands and the Redlands East Valleys, and now I call them Citrus East Valley too.
Right.
Citrus Valley as well. So very, very familiar with coaches in that league, having played some of those guys, but also having faced those schools in the past as well.
The good stuff. And you've been at this a while, Coach. What still keeps you going and what drives you to continue to do this?
There's just, you just never stop learning in life. There's always things to learn. The game of football is evolving like crazy.
Right.
Our society, kids are very different than they were 10 years ago.
Man.
And I just think that there's probably no better time to be a football coach and have an impact in a kid's life. So that stuff, even though I've been at it for as a head coach now, going into my 23rd year,
wow.
I just kind of wake up every day just feeling like there's still so much to do, and so just love coaching those kids.
Again, right here, Coach Steinberg, Beaumont High School. Coach, just keep up the good work. Again, one of the good guys. We love seeing all the way you communicate with your players. Again, you just approach it with a certain professionalism. I think that is it's attractive to us. But I'm sure your school is excited about it, and I know the players gravitated to it, Coach. So keep up the good work. And again, anything comes up, you always have a home here. Okay.
Appreciate you, my man. Thanks for all you guys do.
Thank you, sir.
so much.
There it is right there.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Man,
Coach of the year.
Yeah, Coach Steinberg right there, man. I mean, when I tell you a great guy, used to be over at Rancho Verde. And let me tell you something. I mean, when he went over there, I mean, just took that program and just, I mean, everybody around the community was talking about, okay, all of a sudden now the kids, obviously no knock to the coach or the coaching staff that was there prior to him. But, I mean, all of a sudden the kids are out in the community, they're doing stuff, and he just does that. And that's just, I mean, that's just,
all he does is win. And when he went to his current spot now, all he does is win,
So
and when he was at Rancho Verde, they won the CIF.
Exactly. So he just a great coach, and does some really great stuff, man. So we're just really excited to have him on.
There's certain oh, sorry about this. There's certain coaches when you think like our guy Esposito.
Right.
They're the guys, they just bring something. They just have that, if you can describe that it thing.
Exactly.
And they just bring that success with them.
Exactly. Yeah, no doubt about it. So we're going to go to a commercial break real quick. Again, this is a great show, Coach B, man.
Absolutely.
We are not done yet.
I'm here. So.
I forgot. Yeah, man. But yeah, we still have some more stuff. So you guys don't touch that dial.
Absolutely.
Do not click nothing, because we coming right back.
And I'm sorry if I'm being distracted. The missus is hitting me up because, she's at work. And so she's checking out the show. So you got to love that. You got to give them attention.
Hey,
If you don't, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
So you're listening.
All of a sudden, the dinner ain't going to be there.
There you go, right? And boy, can she cook.
Hey, there you go.
So you're listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports, AM 1350. Right back after this.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle Score Sports. That's SCORESPORTS.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, post-operative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
One thing that I love is my daughter and I just had Daddy and Daughter Day. And we went to Stonefire Grill. And I'll tell you right now, I love the tri-tip. And you were saying that you loved what?
I'll take the potatoes.
Absolutely. I mean, those are the absolute best. You know what that's got me thinking about?
I don't.
It's got me thinking about lunch.
Oh, wow.
Thinking about what to eat for dinner or lunch, you can't go wrong with a freshly prepared, simply delicious meal from Stonefire Grill. Bring home our fresh from scratch salad, pizza, pasta, signature tri-tip, oh my God, chicken and more.
Visit your neighborhood Stonefire Grill in Rancho Cucamonga in the Terra Vista Town Center on the corner of Haven Avenue and Foothill Boulevard, or skip the line and order ahead. Go to stonefiregrill.com for easy pickup and delivery options.
I tell you this, when we did the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame for 2 years in a row, they fed all of our people. And you know where me and my daughter went this past weekend?
Where'd you go?
Stonefire Grill.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand-battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Since 1952, ThinkWise Credit Union has served education professionals and families in Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. ThinkWise gives back to the community with financial education and support to local schools and organizations. Join us today to experience a safe and comfortable alternative to banking that gives back. ThinkWise Credit Union. You'll feel good about what we can accomplish together. Visit our website at thinkwisecu.org. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender, qualified members only.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Shares Association, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're streaming on FoxSports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app. You know it's good. You know, as you know, there's a global pandemic going on.
Yes.
We've talked about it.
Hence the gloves, face masks.
There you go.
The accessories.
That part. But it's good to just have a break and bring sports. But I think Coach Duffy and the young lady were our first sports interviews since we've been back on air.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, they have been. And again, we've just been really it's just been, as you mentioned, it's just great just to kind of get back and even just to have conversations about planning to get back engaged in sports is a great thing. So I think as you mentioned, they really had, a lot of people, again, this pandemic has affected people so in so many different ways. People are having like almost like cabin fever where you're just in the house.
I think I'm there. I think I'm there. I swear to you, man, like last week I was telling Brandy this.
Yeah.
I just got to a point where I hit a level and I couldn't focus. I couldn't concentrate.
Right.
It's like I couldn't go to sleep till before 12:30, 1 in the morning. And it's like my whole, I can't tell you how many times since we've been at the stay-at-home order. And I understand it. I respect it. I understand. I appreciate what Gavin Newsom's doing because Governor Newsom. Yes. I know this is for the greater good. My wife, like I said, she works in a hospital every day, so I know the greater good. But the thing about it is I've looked at my phone. I don't remember what day it is.
Oh man, it's because you're not engaged in your normal activity,
right?
And like you said, it's difficult because you have to, what I've had to do with myself, just kind of like find a routine, find a routine and really kind of stick to it.
You still getting up at 5 in the morning?
I'm still getting up at 4 in the morning, and I'm still
typing. It's 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning. 4 in the morning. You know that, guaranteed. But real quick, man, I wanted to make sure we get some shout outs, man, because I have this been, as you know, I've been going through physical therapy. Big shout out to my man P. Preston, who has been helping me out with that, man. When I tell you, one of the good guys, Zone Fitness, you can find him on Instagram. One of the really good guys is helping me out tremendously, man. So thank you so much to my guy, P Nice. And then over at the house right now, as I told you, the pipe, we had some busted pipes. When I tell you we had some plumbing issues, it has been a financial catastrophe. But to the rescue, one of the essentials, my man, we call him Brooklyn because he's from Troy Avenue in Brooklyn. But one of my good friends, Mr. Damon Webb, came out there and is a quality plumber and is out there right now doing it. We had to literally trench a line all the way from the street.
So he has his own business?
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, and he also worked for the VA. He's gainfully employed for the VA. So
gainfully employed, big words.
Guaranteed. He's getting a big check too.
I love it, man.
But again, want to make sure I shout out to my man, and big shout out to one of our other guys that always listens to the show. My guy, Red Anthony Tyson.
That's good stuff, man. We appreciate it. And I already told you my situation, man. I have a home warranty. I won't say the name because I don't want to get.
You don't want to put it. Wait. We don't even want to put him up under the bus so we can ride over him or put him on.
Right.
I wanted to.
And they haven't paid for a sponsorship.
Oh, well, that part.
But, I have a home warranty. They came out, they did the claim, and they just rushed through that. He was like, well, you're my 7th claim today. I got like 10 more to go to.
Right.
Okay, what's that have to do? I my bathtub, I cannot, I always had this conversation with Brandy. I am not a general contractor.
Right.
I do not know how to do these
although
repairs.
I'm sure she thinks you are.
Exactly. I do not know how to do these repairs. So that's the thing about it. I cannot get my faucet to stop leaking. Or my toilets to stop running. And that's hence the reason I called the plumber.
Right.
So let your guy know that once he's done with you guys' work, I would love to have him come take a look at my faucets because I give up. I throw my hands up.
Yeah, no, let me tell you something, man. I do some things well, but that kind of thing, not that. You know what I mean? So
that part.
But again, thank you to everybody that our interviews today. This really has some great interviews. Coach Steinberg, Beaumont High School. When I say one of the great guys right here at IE, and then DR Jackson, just a great interview with that young lady. She's doing some special things. You'll be seeing her. And then Coach B, who we have at the top
Garner
of the show?
Holt. We appreciate him calling in.
San Bernardino, man, really doing some great things.
Born and raised.
Yeah, and we'll make sure we put a link up there so anybody can get some more information on that. And Coach B, let's get ready to get out of here. It's time to pay these bills.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening to IE Sports Net, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports AM 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports.